Once again, we begin tonight with the beating death of an inmate in a New York prison at the hands of multiple state corrections officers.
Yeah, we now have a body camera footage showing what happened between 43-year-old Robert Brooks and those officers. This is Governor Kathy Hochul is calling for these state employees to lose their jobs. The encounter happening on December 9th at Marcy Correctional Facility, that's in Oneida County, located about 7 miles outside of Utica. Brooks died at a hospital the day after the assault, according to officials, on the morning of December 10th.
2.5 weeks after his death, the New York Attorney General's office today released body cam footage from multiple officers involved. The footage shows them attacking Brooks in the face, body, and neck while he is handcuffed on a table. A medical examiner later described his cause of death as asphyxia due to compression of the neck. A total of 13 corrections officers and a nurse have been implicated in this attack. Tonight, 7 News reporter Michael Schwartz is taking us through the body camera footage and showing us what happened leading up to Brooks' death.
Yeah, and we do want to warn you tonight, the video that you're about to see, it's very graphic and difficult to watch.
Disturbing new body camera footage shows the bloody face of 43-year-old Robert Brooks as he is being beaten by correction officers, struck more than a dozen times, all while handcuffed. It happened the night of December 9th in the infirmary at Marcy Correctional, just outside Utica.
My office investigates every case in which an officer of the law, including a correctional officer, may have caused the death of a civilian.
New York Attorney General Letitia James opened an investigation last week and on Friday released body camera footage from 4 officers' body cameras.
I do not take lightly the release of this video.
That night at 9:21, body camera footage from Sergeant Trombley shows a handcuffed Brooks being escorted outside, his body parallel with the ground. A minute later, he's seen being carried by 3 officers into the infirmary. He's placed on an exam table. At 9:24, video shows this officer with his body cam off walk into the room and shove a cloth in Brooks's mouth. He punches Brooks in the face once, then hits him 3 more times. Then this officer with the backwards hat punches Brooks and smacks him 3 times with Brooks's own shoe. At this point, 8 officers surround Brooks, some just watching. At 9:26, the officer that shoves something in Brooks's mouth can be seen stomping on him. 3 other officers then hold Brooks down as one officer punches him again. Seconds after taking his foot off Brooks, this officer punches Brooks in the rear 3 times. An officer then comes in with leg restraints. By 9:27, just 5 minutes of the 43-year-old being in this room, a winded Brooks is pulled up. The right side of his nose is bloody. An officer changes his gloves and with another officer yanks Brooks up by the collar and presses him against the window. He's held there for 3 minutes before he's put back on the table. Brooks's pants are then stripped off his body. By this point, more than a dozen members of law enforcement are there, many watching, some seen smiling during the ordeal.
This is horrific.
Norman Effman is an attorney with more than 50 years of experience representing incarcerated individuals and correction officers.
What's going to happen here is clear to me. There's going to be an indictment. And this is going to be a homicide case.
The Times-Union reports that court records accuse 5 officers of hitting Brooks. One of them has since resigned. Meantime, Governor Kathy Hochul has called for the firing of all 14 state employees involved. That includes 2 sergeants and 1 nurse. The family of Robert Brooks has released a statement that says in part, "With the Attorney General's release of these videos, members of the public can now view for themselves the horrific and extreme nature of the deadly attack. As viewers can see, Mr. Brooks was fatally, violently beaten by a group of officers whose job was to keep him safe. He deserved to live, and everyone else living in the Marcy Correctional Facility deserves to know they do not have to live in fear of violence at the hands of prison staff." Michael Schwartz, 7 News.
Well, the union, the union representing those corrections officers did release a statement in response to the footage today, and that statement reads in part, "What we witnessed is incomprehensible to say the least and is certainly not reflective of the great work that the vast majority of our membership conducts every day. This incident not only endangers our entire membership, but undermines the integrity of our profession. We cannot and do not condone this behavior."